Coming up on Cardinals Insider, the players talk about their families on this Father's Day weekend.
I couldn't ask for a better guy, so I want to thank you.
Plus, these Cardinals can hit.
Line to left center field, base hit, and the Cardinals win it in 10.
And later, not all memorable moments happen during the game.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Wow. That was dazzling.
See what I mean on a brand new Cardinals Insider. Welcome to a Father's Day weekend edition of Cardinals Insider. I'm Azie Smith. The journey to the big leagues requires a lot of support. Dads are a huge part of that, but so are moms, brothers, sisters, and extended family. We lead off today's episode with who supported the current Cardinals as they grew up.
You guys in this room do a really nice job of playing for the name in the front, but that name on the back matters because for a lot of you guys, it's where you came from and it's what shaped you and made you who you are today.
What a grab by Nootbaar!
My parents did everything they could to help me, my brother, my sister. Wouldn't be here without them.
I only get emotional when I see her. That's. I love you, Mom.
Starts at a young age, instilling things like work ethic, discipline, respect. Playing competitive sports is very expensive. The financial sacrifice, the time, the effort, probably being exhausted from work, coming and throwing BP or hitting ground balls, stuff that as you get older and you become a parent that you really start to appreciate more.
And a no-doubter for Donovan.
Sacrificing, weekends, and as we got older, weekdays, maybe twice a week, driving up to Long Beach, which was about almost 2 hours sometimes, on later in the day with all the traffic. Dad getting off work early and taking me out there just to pitch one inning, driving me all the way out there, pitch one inning, driving all the way back, stuff like that. I think something I'll never forget.
This is as perfect of a pitch as you are going to throw.
A lot of early mornings for baseball, a lot of late nights for practices. I can't thank them enough. And honestly, nowadays in high school, the sport's not cheap either. So they had to find ways to, get them the materials I needed. So, time and effort, just a lot of it, they didn't have a lot of free time, so I had to appreciate them for that.
It's Walker with a tremendous diving catch.
My mom, she got up every morning, made me breakfast, packed a lunch for me to go to school, took me to all my practices while my dad was working, and then my dad was my coach growing up, so he came to all the practices, he helped run the team. I have probably the most unbelievable support system I've ever seen.
That's his 200th in the big leagues. Congratulations to Matthew on that milestone.
My dad loved to do a bunch of research, so he would stay up to 2, 3 in the morning and dive into hitting or just the game of baseball to teach me. My grandpa was at every single game pretty much, filming every at-bat, so I was able to go break those down from a young age. I've got videos on YouTube from Coach pitched 5 years old. My mom, my dad, sister, those people all love me unconditionally and don't really care about the results on the field. They just love me for me. So all that ties into success on the field.
He leaps and he got it. What a catch! Victor Scott reaches over the wall and pulls one back.
Staying in my hometown, it was big for me to have my grandparents watch me and family and stuff, because everybody was 30 minutes away, and they've supported me and my brothers and, driven us all over the country and the state to play sports and do every which event. So, they've been instrumental in my success and, supporting me every day.
Ball game! Cardinals win it!
I've always put Dad on my glove for years. My stepdad actually said something about your mom would just think it'd be the coolest thing ever if you just had her name on one glove or something like that. So then I made one and put Mom and Dad on it. I don't know, they've both just been, even my stepdad included, they've all just been incredible along the way.
Sonny Gray with a nasty pitch strikes him out.
My mom worked super hard to be able to afford me, the opportunity to play baseball. Select ball is super expensive now. And then my stepdad, I would say to this day is the best coach I've ever had. This dude taught me everything I know, taught me how to play and how to have fun doing it. He's been really my first father figure growing up, and I couldn't ask for a better guy, so I want to thank you.
Cardinals hitting coach Brant Brown likes to say there's a time to hit and a time to slug. Homers and extra bases are great, but sometimes a base hit will do the trick too. Here's more on the Cardinals' offensive output.
A swing, and there's a drive. That's hit deep. It's a goner. It's a goner for Herrera, and the Cardinals lead.
We see a lot of pitches. We have a high batting average. We do have good OPS. We have good slug. And we have a good walk-to-strikeout ratio. So I think we're more of a grinding team, more of a hyena attack.
Driven down the left field line. Burleson doubles the other way, and the Cardinals take a 2-1 lead. That ball will carry to the fence. Walker launches a double to the wall. Land through for a base hit. Nootbaar has another RBI.
When guys are getting hits, like for some reason it becomes contagious. In our area is like, we want them to hunt to their strengths. We want them to understand, we talked about slugging and hitting. When is the time to take shots? When is the time to put the ball in play, take a single, get the hit, get on base, add pressure. And then if they throw us something we have a park, that's great. Because like, I love home runs, don't get me wrong, I do. It's just, you don't want to go outside of what your capabilities are to try and do it, because then you're going to lose everything else. But we are definitely a team that is more of a grinding approach through at bat after at bat after at bat.
Line to left center field base hit. And the Cardinals win it in 10.
We know who we are as a team. We can hit homers, but we don't lead the league in home runs. But we can hit, we can get on base, we don't strike out, we can take a walk. So through us and our team as a whole, as a unit, is we're better when we're hit collectors, and the slug comes from that.
Straight ahead on Cardinals Insider, baseball loves its stats. We give you some of our favorites from this season right after the break. Numbers have always been an important part of baseball. After all, stats are a part of how we frame the game. Here's a few of our favorite mathematical tidbits so far this year. It's a segment we call Bird Seeds.
Baseball's never short on storylines, and many of those storylines are born out of numbers. 2025 is no exception, so here's a few notes and nuggets which are worth knowing.
That is an incredible series victory right there for the Cardinals.
Let's start with a team stat. The Cardinals went 19-8 in May. Now that record was best in baseball for that month. Speaking of home, on May 6th, the Cardinals beat the Pirates, and that meant they beat Paul Skeens for the fourth time in his young career.
Driven down the left field line against Paul Skeens, and a huge one that flips this game on its head.
So at that point, over 50% of his losses had come against St. Louis. And even as of June 4th, he had just 9 losses overall, and the Cards had handed him 4 of them. The Cardinals have shown some speed in 2025.
Scott scores all the way from first on a double by Wynn.
On May 7th, Victor Scott II scored from first base twice in a single game. When he scored on a Lars Nootbaar single, he went first to home in 9.28 seconds. That was the 6th fastest such time in MLB this season. No surprise here, both of Vic's parents were college track runners.
That is a called strike 3. He painted him.
As of May 25th, Sonny Gray had 13 wins at home spread between the 2024 and 2025 seasons. That means that at that juncture, he was tied for the most home wins in baseball in that span with Phillies ace Zach Wheeler and Detroit's reigning AL Cy Young winner Tarek Skubal. Of course, he also notched his 1800th career strikeout on May 31st, too.
Strikeout number 1800.
Speaking of career milestones, Wilson Contreras achieved one this year, too. On June 3rd, he knocked in his 500th career RBI.
RBI number 500 for Wilson Contreras.
Numbers on numbers, and all of them adding up to an exciting start to the season for the Birds. No doubt there'll be more fun with numbers the rest of the way in 2025. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Brett McMillan.
Straight ahead.
Little pop. Arenado foul ground. Onto the warning track. He's got it. Into the netting again.
we dive into a story about a unique Sikh. Stay with us. Cardinals Insider is a team effort, and that includes you. We'd love to hear from you. To get in touch with the show, head on over to cardinals.com/insider and click on the Contact Us tab. And while you're there, you can rewatch old episodes and check out our podcast too.
Donnie, is this real or fake? First name Chicken, last name Wolf.
It's all at cardinals.com/insider. Last month, Nolan Arenado dove into the stands while making an unbelievable catch. The Cardinals celebrated that defensive effort by marking the seat that he dove into. And when it comes to Nolan's glove, there's no more appropriate color than gold.
Going, still going, still going. He makes a basket catch and tumbles into the netting. Arenado foul ground. Onto the warning track. He's got it. Into the netting again.
Great moments are often made during the game, but sometimes great ballpark memories are born pre-game. Here's a look at some awesome first pitches that really made us take notice.
And now for our ceremonial first pitch to open the 2025 season. The 1985 National League Championship World Series MVP, the greatest shortstop of all time, number 1, Azie Smith, right down the middle. Representing Team USA as a world champion figure skater, Alyssa Liu. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. That was dazzling. Please welcome to Busch Stadium, Mizzou football quarterback, Brady Cook. Right down the middle, here it comes. Yes sir, good job. So please join us in welcoming Brendan, along with his wife Allie, and their 1-year-old daughter Vivian. All right, Vivian, gonna throw out that first pitch here. Oh, look at how cute she is. The Cardinals would like to welcome Missouri basketball head coach Dennis Gates. All right, here it comes. Thank you, Dennis. What a big moment for the Wynn family right here. Tiffany is going to throw out a ceremonial first pitch in honor of her son, Mason Wynn, on Bobblehead Day. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Mason.
Still on deck, we look back to one of my favorite St. Louis sporting events. I thought it would be a great way to expose kids in the inner city to the game of golf. That's right after the break.
No place takes you in depth with the Cardinals like our YouTube channel. Get to know the players, come along for one-of-a-kind experiences, and hang out with personalities from across Cardinals Nation. Plus, we capture the days and moments that make Cardinals baseball so special. Just search St. Louis Cardinals on YouTube and be sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. St. Louis Cardinals Baseball.
We're looking back on some of our favorite features from a decade of Cardinals Insider. Today, that journey takes us to 2018, when I had the privilege of helping host the PGA Championship here in St. Louis. When I became a president of the Gateway chapter of the PGA here, I thought it would be a great way to expose kids in the inner city to the game of golf. And not only the game of golf, but the business of golf as well. For most of those kids in the inner city, they only know baseball, basketball, or football as a way out. Golf is a perfect way out, and you know, we felt that using golf as the hook was the thing to get the kids involved because it's very time consuming, but it's really about education and keeping kids in school, and we feel that the longer we keep them in school, hopefully the better citizens we're able to produce.
Azie was born in Alabama. He grew up in South Central LA, but he is a St. Louisan. Make no mistake about that. We claim him as ours, and he claims our town as his, and that makes us all the more better for it.
Just kind of an ambassador, both as a baseball ambassador and a golf ambassador, and a citizen of St. Louis. I've always wanted to be proud of the place in which I live, and to be proud of it, I think I got to be involved with it, and this was my involvement. The Red Cross is partnering with the Cardinals to help meet a critical need in our community. Here's how they're working together to make a difference.
Today we're here at the annual St. Louis Cardinals Blood Drive. For over 20 years, we've been partnering with the American Red Cross and FanDuel Sports Network to save lives with people donating blood.
The need for blood is constant. It's something that we cannot manufacture in the lab. It's something that has to be donated from donors. In the summer, we hit typically an urgent need for blood donations because people are out of school, they're on vacation, they're out of their normal patterns, and so they don't typically donate. So this blood drive is a huge help in sort of stocking the shelves for whenever we need it most. We collect a lot of blood in just the time that we work with you guys. So this is my first year kind of helping with these blood drives, but last year we collected over 1,000 units of blood within a week, and that's instrumental in keeping the stable blood supply that we need for the hospitals over the summer.
Being able to collect blood donations at Busch Stadium is always a little bit more fun because you get Fredbird, and there's always a little more antics and makes it a little bit more a light atmosphere. We've partnered with the Red Cross across a number of spectrums and over the years, and they are a constant in our community. They're here in times of disaster and ready whenever the need arises. So they're a very steady presence in our community, and it makes a lot of sense for us to partner with them. For more information, fans can go to cardinals.com/blooddrive.
When we return, you ask, I answer. It's Ask Azie after the break. It's time for this week's Ask Azie. Bill in Vandalia, Illinois says, you were a switch hitter in baseball. Can you golf from both sides too? Well, Bill, I'd like to say yes, but no, I can't. I only know one golfer, one, and he was an old teammate. Jim Cotta is the only guy that I know that can hit from both sides. It's a real daunting task to try and do it. Of course, I've tried it, but it doesn't work as good on the left side. Well, I still have a left-handed golf club that I try and, get the feel of, because sometimes doing a round, you may have to try and hit a ball left-handed if you end up next to a tree or something. So I can do it if I have to hit it one time, but to hit it consistently, can't do it. Being right-handed, my right arm was a little bit longer, so that made it a little bit different. I had a little bit more power from the right-hand side too. I had to learn to hit basically from the left-hand side. So I would say that they were similar, but because of the length of arm, that changed it a little bit. Thanks for the question, Bill. To submit a question, visit cardinals.com/insider and click the Ask Azie tab. But for now, don't go anywhere. There's more Cardinals Insider right after the break. The U.S. Open wraps up this weekend at Oakmont. So what better time to ask the guys who they put in their dream golf foursome?
Dream golf foursome. You and 3 other people, living or dead, celebrity, person from your life, whatever.
I would go Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Maybe Rory. And then Scotty Scheffler would be my 4.
I would probably go Tiger. Put Tiger in there. John Daly in there. He's kind of my guy. Similar features. Similar golf game too. No, I'm just kidding. I'll say my dad. I think he would enjoy that. So me and my dad, Tiger, and John Daly. That would be a fun group.
Daly's like a big Cardinal fan.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Do you get to meet him?
I don't think so. I think I was too scared last time he came in.
Say me, Josh Allen, Shane Gillis, Michael Jordan.
Let's go Tiger Woods. Randy Johnson is my favorite pitcher. Maybe like Steph Curry. I know he's good and it seems like he'd be a good time to hang out with.
Tiger Woods for sure. I'll go Phil Mickelson, and then I'll take my twin brother.
Go Tiger, just because he's the GOAT. Maybe Michael Jordan, maybe Snoop Dogg. I feel like he'd lighten up the mood a little bit.
I got to meet Michael Jordan this offseason, so he would be one. I would put Kobe in there, Kobe Bryant. One of my favorite players ever, Miguel Cabrera, in there, just to play with him. I don't even know if he golfs.
MJ, Michael Jordan will be one. Tiger. I want to see them like kind of play handicaps and go at it with each other, and obviously you want to play with the greatest golfer ever. It's kind of a boring foursome, but the first thing that pops in my head is Charles Barkley. Me and him could kind of duke it out, and then not have Tiger and MJ kind of duke it out, but you need somebody with the laugh. So I think me and Charles we'd cart with each other and then let those two kind of go after each other.
What's his name? Bryson DeChambeau, how you pronounce his last name? DeChambeau. Him, Phil Mickelson, and Tiger Woods. If I could go golf with them, I might learn something. Because right now, that driver, oh boy.
That's it for this episode. You can catch us online at 4 p.m. each Friday at cardinals.com/insider and on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you right back here next week.